Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to take a look at the tank. We're also going to take a look at a few things that I've done in the aquarium as well. Also, I've received my package from the from Ecotech. Basically, I'm in the Ecotech program. I've been in it about a year and a half now, and it's the Ecotech experts. And basically, they did a Christmas prize raffle, which was obviously a little bit delayed, but I managed to win a NIOS Torq reactor chamber. Now, obviously, as you all know, I already run NIOS, so an extra chamber, chamber is welcome. So what I've done is I've put some carbon in this to see it's a lot smaller. It's only in the 0.75 litre chamber. I've got the 1 litre one usually, but I've run a little bit of carbon in the things. Some of my zoas wasn't looking too good the other day. I don't know what was going on, in all honesty, but the majority of my seduction ones were all curled up, and these ones on here were all curled up as well. So yeah, I thought I'd just run a bit of carbon in there, see what's going on. I tested all the parameters were fine. There was no issues there. But since I've been running it, I've run it a few days now, and as you can see, they've all opened back up, and yeah, they're all thriving. The time now though, the lights have not been on long. It's literally, what time is it now? It's 10:32, so it's only 10:32 in the morning. So it's not, like I said, it's not been on long, and already the corals are all puffing out. These, I've got to admit, are absolutely, they just look like they're going to blow up, these things, as well as the Scully. And I think it's all down to the CVE and the coral food that I'm feeding them. The new coral food from Coral Essentials. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I'm not obliged to say anything, but I've got to admit, guys, since I've been using this stuff, people who come into the house, even my parents, have said your corals just look totally, really bright. They look totally different, and that's a really good thing. Obviously, I mean, as us as reef keepers, we just see it every day, so we see what the corals are like day in and day out, and don't really see too much colour or too much growth. But I've got to admit, since I've been dosing the Calquasser, dosing the CVEs and stuff, I've definitely seen more tips. I mean, and as you can see on this Miyagi Torq here, the tips are actually snapping off, because it's actually growing straight up to the glass now. This only snapped, what, 2 days ago. There's the piece on the floor. This was touching it, and as you can see, it's already started to heal. It's started to grow back. So it's crazy growth that I'm getting in this tank at this moment in time. But yeah, really can't wait. Also, I've done a few changes. I've stuck a few more little corals up here. If you remember, this is a different sort of candy cane. I've had this for quite some time, but it was shoved at the back of the tank. Obviously, just had no places to put it, and also these clove polyps. And I thought, you know what, let's try this. As you all know, this is going to be like a zoa rock type thing, but I thought, you know, let's get them up and see what we can do. Also, as you know, this little place here is going to be for my Raja Rampage and a few zoas that I'm getting off Paul from Fish Palace. He's coming up, I think, maybe next week or the week after. Not 100% sure when this video is going to go out, so yeah, that's going to go there. So it's going to take pride of place right in there, and yeah, really can't wait for that to showcase that. And I'm hoping that it'll just grow out nice, big, beautiful piece of Raja, and that'll just set that off. But overall, guys, the tank is doing really good. Like I said, since using all these different products, I just think that the tank is just like start to take off, start to go into a world of its own, and yeah, really happy with the way things have gone. Obviously, I'm still having the issue with the Tunze. That's still not arrived back from Tunze HQ or wherever it got sent. I took it back to the place where I bought it from, and they sent it off. It's been 2 weeks now. I don't know how long it actually takes to test a sensor, but yeah, needless to say, I'm not very happy with the customer service from them, and yeah, I've sent 2 emails off to them, and they've still not replied to me. So yeah, not the best customer service, and if I was you guys, I'd sort of, your customer services out if any of you representatives are watching, which I don't think you will be, but yeah, not the best. And needless to say, even when I do get that back, I'm going to be, I've already pre-ordered the new Red Sea ATO, so that will be going on. And the Tunze one will probably maybe act as a spare, or if I get another tank, which hopefully I will be, maybe a frag tank like I said, but money permitting, that's what I'm going to be getting, and I might just chance it and shove it on that. But lost a lot of faith in it, in all fairness. So, you know, and like I said, I've only just started to raise the salinity back up in this tank, as opposed to dosing the RO. I've actually started just putting salt water back in. So I think over time, over the past like 3 weeks or so, 2 weeks, I've actually put in around about 20, 25, 30 litres of salt water, as opposed to the RO, as you know, with a Calqua. So that's dosing 2 litres. So that's just basically a day. So that's basically putting a lot of RO back in, along with the calc mix. But as you can see, everything's doing really, really good in the tank, and I'm really happy with the way things are going. Polyp extension on the SPS is crazy. The Miyagi Torq, like I said, have just started to take over. I've actually fragged a lot of this, but one thing I did see, guys, and that was the calcium. Calcium started to rise. As you know, I usually run it about 420, 410, 420, but it started to take off. I didn't know why, so I reached out and to Steve. And he basically said to me that it could be because I've took out a lot of the SPS, I snapped them, fragged them, and yeah, basically removed them from the tank. I didn't leave the actual skeleton parts inside the tank. I removed it all, and obviously, I mean, I took tons of this stuff out, this Ceratopia, snapped a few pieces of the Stylopora off, some of the Miyagi, and I basically just binned it. You know, I had a good handful. He seems to think that it might have been because obviously there's, you know, basically what they do is they go into like a recovery mode, like a shock mode. So it takes a few days for them to get back up and running. So that might have like shot up the calcium. Don't know, obviously. I'm presuming that could be the case, to be fair, because like I said, it started to shoot up, and when I tested it a few days back, it was around about 440, 445. So yeah, pretty high, but it's not done nothing much to the tank. Corals are all thriving. In fact, the corals look like they've gone even bigger. We did have a little, I have spotted a little bit on this Monty. I don't know what this was. Like a little bit of receding, but this has only just happened over the past, like, say, week or so. Don't know whether it's been stung or something. I did check for any like nudies or anything like that, but no, there's absolutely nothing in there. I mean, it would have devoured all of this, but yeah, there isn't anything in there, so I don't know what that is, in all honesty. And if it did affect that, it would have affected, if they did have nudies, it would have affected all the other Monties that I've got in the tank. And yeah, there isn't. I can't see anything that's happened to them, so yeah, everything is doing fine. This Hollywood Stunner has just gone, well, through the roof, crazy. And as you can see, just the crystal clearness of the water is just really, really good. And as my good friend Jace always says, dirty water is dirty water. So, you know, I'm happy with this dirty water anyway. But yeah, overall, guys, like I said, everything's doing fine. One thing I do want to mention as well is I finally managed to get a new splitter. So this, as you all remember, was the other one snapped here. So I found this guy on eBay, literally £8.90 delivery for this splitter here. So I took it off, put it on, and I've managed to get these two return nozzles back on, and yeah, running it up to about 60, running at about 65% now. Obviously, it was only coming out of here, so I only had it at about 50%. So I just tuned it up a little bit more, 65%, and as you can see, really nice surface agitation, great for oxygen and exchange, and yeah, corals are absolutely loving it. And just, you can't really see a top-down shot of it, but yeah, overall, I'm really, really happy with the way the colour and the corals are growing. So that was, like I said, I'm thankful that I got that back up and running. And once again, £8.90, you can't argue with that. But a quick look at the corals before I go. As you can see, said before, these just absolutely look like they're popping, gonna blow up. They're absolutely so puffy and flowing, really nice. These are obviously the ones that are stuck back up. This is like I said before, it's a different species to this coral, to the trumpet coral. This is another different colour, but as you can see, one of them died. That was probably about 6 months ago that died, and I actually thought that this had died when I shoved it at the back, but it's just suddenly come back to life. And yeah, really happy. Stuck that there. The clove polyps, I didn't think it'd like too much flow, but they seem to have come out and really enjoying it in that spot. And then we have obviously the Duncan that's just getting more and more heads, sprouting new babies, as you can see. New baby heads all coming out everywhere, all up there, and a few down the bottom there. So that's in a really good place, really happy place there. So I'm not going to move that, I'm going to keep that there. And then we have this little shelf where I'm going to stick the Rajo, and then I've got a few little zoas as well coming from Paul, so I'm going to stick maybe one there, I'm going to stick maybe one here, and hopefully over time they'll all grow. I mean, the good thing with zoas is they don't mind what you put them in. High flow, low flow, high light, low light, they don't really matter. I've placed my zoas everywhere, all over this tank, as you can see. We've got the seductions, we've got these ones here. I always forget these ones. If any of you guys know, comment below. I always forget them. Stick that, put them there, one polyp. I think there's 1 or 2 polyps. And yeah, they just took off. They just started to take off. And yeah, they just spread all over the show. You can't really see, obviously. I should, next time I'll turn off the flow and we'll get a good top-down shot of it all. But yeah, overall guys, really happy with the way the tank's going. And yeah, fingers crossed it'll look even better. And hopefully next video I do, hopefully we've got the Rajan in place, and yeah, all the other zoas all in place, and we'll see where we go from there. But overall, I think the tank's looking really nice. If you got any comments below, leave them below, and as you all know guys, I always get back to you. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. I try to upload a video every week. The numbers are going relatively stable, but if not, then I might go to every 2 weeks. Let me know if you think I should go to every 2 weeks or not, or whether I should stick to the every 1 week. It's entirely down to you guys, because after all, you guys are the ones that watch my videos, and yeah, give me the numbers. So once again, I really appreciate you all following on me on this journey. And yeah, if I don't see you on the next video, I'll see you. Check us over on the live stream, Friday night live streams. Go check us out on Instagram, myself, Fish Palace, Jay's Real Reef, or the Bearded Reef. It'll be on one of our channels, and you'll be able to find out which one it's on. So once again, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video guys. Take care.